Hey there. So by now you've probably seen the unemployment graphs that are out there and how, we're 5 or 6 times the record high in 1982 as far as initial unemployment claims because, well, everything's shut down. Businesses can't afford to keep people on with no money coming in the door because, they don't have emergency savings like is recommended for everybody, including businesses. Seen a bunch of memes about that, and it actually is a general business recommendation um, to have savings. But just like people, a lot of times it's either not done or not enough. But be that as it may, lots of people are filing for unemployment, and it's overwhelming the states. The feds are passing their bill to add on federal support on top of state support for an extra $600 a week. Which, depending on where you are in the country, like in the Southeast, unemployment payments are very low. So they're like, 200, 300. I think Florida caps out at like 325, 335 a week, something like that. I've seen people with unemployment claims in the Northeast, like, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, those kind of places, and their unemployment benefits are much, much higher. So the $600 can be a big swing depending on where you are. Uh, So, yeah, however you want to cut it, lots of people are filing for unemployment. 3.3 million last week, which was just blows away any previous record. But what I wanted to know was, yes, it blows away the previous record, but how does that compare in population terms? Because obviously, over time, more people have been born and more immigration to the U.S. So I went to the St. Louis Fred here, and this chart only goes back to 1967. So it doesn't include the Great Depression or anything like that. But it was the easiest chart to construct at the time. So Fred is a pretty cool system, I gotta admit. So what this I looked up two data series. One was initial claims, and one was total population. And it says all ages, including armed forces overseas. So really, a better measure would be adults, but it'll be proportionate. I don't think the proportion of children to adults has drifted too much. I mean, it has changed, but not to a huge degree. Um, so yeah, I think it's okay to compare a 1967 child adult ratio to 2020 child adult ratio, even though it's slightly different, but whatever, close enough. So, just dividing the two. And basically, what this is showing now is the percentage of initial claims for as a percentage of the population. And you can see here, we're at 3.81, which is still a record high, but it's not 6 times the record. I mean, they're like back here in 82, that previous peak was 2.8. So higher, definitely, a full percentage point higher, or 100 basis points, however you want to look at it, but it's not 6 times higher. So that is a little bit reassuring, and that, things have been bad before, perhaps not this bad, but at least within 50%, So I just thought that was interesting. And in the description here, I'm gonna drop a link to this page and the image and everything. So you can take that, and I mean, there's all kinds of data series you can play with on the Fred. So you can maybe get the look of what you might be after instead of maybe initial claims. So like one thing I would like to look at is total current unemployed. So basically the integration of that curve and minus the people who drop off the unemployment rolls. So it'll be good to see. And just as the most recent example, we have the financial crisis. Most recent peak was at 2.1, so a lot. And again, about half of this current peak. And the other thing about it is that it's just straight up, right? Because before everything was fine, and then the virus hit, and everything shut down, and there's no, so like here there's like an arc, and everywhere else there's been an arc. This is just straight up, which has never been seen before. But yeah, it's just crazy times. Anyway, I thought that'd be interesting, and that's where we are for today.